I thought that I would record a deep, important shit while on the go. So, France is in lockdown for the second time in the year 2020. I am taking my daily exercise outside 1 kilometer from my house with my attestation in hand that proves my name and where I live and all that stuff. So it's really gorgeous out here. It's October. It's Halloween, actually. It's Halloween. And the air is kind of warm and humid for this time of year. It's quite bizarre. There are lovely chemtrails in the sky. How do I know they're chemtrails? Because no planes are flying, or very few, and there are tons of chemtrails. Anyway, the topic of today's deep important shit, I've been thinking the last few days because I've been noticing the things in my life that, no matter how I'm feeling, I could be in the pit of despair. And if I am attentive to them enough to turn my attention toward them, they, walking on. So these things that I need to be attentive of, they take me out of whatever I'm in. So what I've noticed is that there are certain things in my life that seem to, without fail, stop me in the moment and bring me to a state of empty appreciation, things that are just so divine that I disappear from this little self, with all her problems. And I enter into a state of that gratitude. I notice myself smiling without intending to, or, trying. And those things that do that for me time and time again, I'm really paying attention to. And I already knew that one of those things was the ocean. Being by the sea is, without fail, something that always makes me giddy, It doesn't matter what kind of a mood I'm in. It doesn't matter what's going on in my life. The sea takes me out of that life and puts me in the present moment so I can enjoy being there. And the other day, when I was curling up with my kitty, I realized that I had this big smile on my face. And, it was just a moment shared with her that put me in that state of joy, delight. And the other thing that I know, and that I've realized, has done this in the past, but maybe I'm just more conscious of it now, having been thinking about this, is that flowers do the same thing, I have a friend who planted, I'm all out of breath. I have a friend who planted some pansies right outside her front gate. And when I went to visit her before the lockdown, and I saw them, they brought me so much happiness, something so little. And then when I was having tea with a friend before lockdown, there were some tiny little tea roses on the table. in such a beautiful color. And, you know, I just touched the petals with my finger, and that same ecstasy, that same joy. It was like everything else faded away, and it was just me and that flower, you know, me and that cat, me and that ocean. That kind of power. We all have things that we like, that we enjoy, you know, and we all have things that we can do to kind of disappear, right? Kind of disassociate. I suppose some people could argue that alcohol does that for them, or, you know, watching TV or whatever. But in fact, those things that take us out of ourselves like that in a way that, you know, we're not connected. We're not connected to anything. So I'm not talking about that kind of escapism. I'm talking about the things that put us in an instantaneous state of connection and appreciation. What are those things for you? I would be curious to know. So please share in the comments. And I'm walking up a hill, people. I'm I'm panting. So yeah, I'd like to hear from you. And if I discover any more of my own, I'll share them with you as well. Okay, bye-bye.